What's going on, y'all? How are you doing? I hope all is well. Let's talk about this. According to Google, we have about 70,000 thoughts per day. And about 80% of those 70,000 thoughts are negative ass bullshit thoughts that we don't need. So today I want to talk about you're thinking way too much and you need to slow it down. Okay, as somebody who has been a overachiever, who has been a people pleaser, who has been an overthinker, is all too often knowing of what it feels like to have way too many thoughts running and not necessarily knowing how to chill out. Now, again, y'all know I talk about this all the time on my channel. It all goes back to childhood. A lot of our overthinking thoughts come from spaces and places where we felt like if we were authentic with ourselves and people didn't accept us, we would go into other situations after that overthinking about, am I doing too much? Is my personality shining too bright? Am I talking too much? Am I not talking enough? Is my clothing right? Or are people going to make fun of that? Does my hair look good because someone made fun of that before? And so we go through these cycles where we start to overthink everything that we do. So for example, you might be going into like a job interview and you might be feeling like, okay, I know that I am the expert at this specific thing in this specific role, but for some reason, I'm overthinking the questions that are going to be asked to me and how am I going to answer them instead of just letting myself flow freely. Maybe that came from when you were a little kid and you were in school and the teacher asked you a question and you said something and maybe she shamed you or he shamed you or they shamed you for the response that you gave them. And this happens so often in many different areas of our lives. And most of the time, the reason why we have these negative loops is because it's our brain that we're just naturally built to have this kind of watching out for scary things, watching out for the negative things that are to come. Because for some reason, those negative things were threats in the past, they were no-nos from parents or from family or society or whatever. And so we end up unconsciously taking that on as people, and we grow up into adulthood and we continue to carry those negative beliefs. So the first thing I want you to recognize is any belief that is negative is not yours, okay? A lot of the times, most people think that a negative belief or a negative feeling that they have is about them because it's coming up in their own head. But what you have to understand as you grow and as you develop, a lot of negative thoughts, especially overthinking and trying to be perfect and trying to, say the right thing and all of that comes from trauma, okay? And a lot of that is other people's stuff. So I remember growing up, a lot of kids in school made fun of my voice because it was raspy. I still have raspiness now, but it was even deeper. It was even more intense than that timing back then. Or somebody would shame me for my emotions growing up, and how free and vulnerable and authentic I was able to express myself. Or maybe it was the way that I talked and people were saying like, you sound like this, you sound like that. And it made me feel insecure. And so I would overthink on what I would explain. And so a lot of that, again, is projected things from other people. It is insecurities that a lot of times other people have. It is expectations that other people have and assumptions about who you should be or how you should behave or what you should say and how you should say it, instead of just letting you be who you are freely. So second piece of advice is get away from those that cause you to really feel like you are in overdrive or you are, in panic mode. Because if you are around people that make you feel like I have to question what I'm going to say, I have to hesitate, I have to feel some type of preparedness in a sense before I walk into this interaction, you need to stay away from people like that. I have people like that around me for a long, long time. And I kept trying to stay in those relationships, even though I knew they were not serving me and they were not really helping me to feel free and feel vibrant and who I really am at the end of the day. The third tip I would give you to slow down with this overthinking, it might sound cheesy and crazy, but meditation, okay? Meditation is that girl. All right. If you are not somebody who wants to meditate, you can at least do some breathing exercises. I'm always down for a good breathing. Okay. I love to have a good old, okay, because even that was just relaxing on its own. So meditation really helps you to slow down your thoughts. A lot of the times when we get up in the morning, especially in America, we're so used to just the society of hustle and bustle and get up and go to work and do all these things. If you have to work at like 9 o'clock, make a schedule to get up at like maybe 6:30, maybe 7, depending on your situation and what you got going on. But make sure that you take some time to do some breaths, driving to work, or if you get up early, do some meditation, do some journaling, get your mind right, have a tea, do whatever you do as a part of your routine that helps you to kind of get out of your mind and into your body. Because a lot of the times when our bodies have these sensations of pain, of aches, it's all coming from too much thinking. And so that's something that I have learned over time that it really, really helped me. The next thing that I'll talk about, the fourth thing, is getting some type of resources to help you. So I told y'all on my Amazon storefront, I have like different cards. You guys can get them down below in the description box, or I'll pop them up somewhere. But make sure that you get some type of resources that can help you with stimulating positive thoughts in your mind, helping you with calming yourself down. Okay, I have like books and different resources that I've used personally that are in my Amazon storefront that have helped me to be able to cultivate kind of like a routine for myself, that I could use different things like journaling, like affirmation cards, like books, like even videos, other people that I've watched and listened to, guided meditations that help me to ground myself. Going outside is the next thing, number 5. So being around nature, that's a huge thing for me. Anytime that I am overthinking about anything, or I'm just feeling like really tense, nature is just like my best friend. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm an earth sign or what, but I just absolutely love nature. I'm outside all the time, and I have to go at least once or twice a day. And usually it's about 2 or 3 times a day, because it's just a must for me. I would literally get like depressed in my thoughts if I don't go outside. And then the last and final thing that I want to talk about is just putting yourself around good people and positively uplifting yourself. So the first thing is, again, like I said before, getting away from people who do not serve you, who make you feel small and inconsiderate and all of those things. Another thing around being around people is that it helps you to really love on yourself more, number 1. And number 2, it allows you to understand that there are good people that are out here for you that want to see you win. They want to see you do better. They want to see you uplift yourself. And not everybody can do that, okay? I'm a very uplifting person. So when I get around people who are not, very uplifting, and I don't feel supported, I don't feel seen, I don't feel that these people get me, I just have to make sure that I focus on the people who do. And every time that I have asked the universe for, friends in my life that I currently have now, and even people that I just meet out in the streets, it's always just a blessing to know that you have people in this world who also feel misunderstood, and who want to be around people who feel that they belong and they can be themselves authentically and not feel judged and not feel, criticized or critical. And so always keeping yourself around those that inspire you, that uplift you, that make you feel safe, that make you tap into parts of yourself that you were not allowed to tap into, maybe growing up in your culture or in society itself, that really can help you grow. So I hope this video helped you today if you have been having some overthinking thoughts, because I definitely have had them, and learning to get quiet, get around good people, find resources that help me, staying away from those energies and those things that don't really fuck with my frequency too well, that always really helps. Again, if you want any type of resources, all of my services and my resources are down below in my description box. I also have a playlist and a couple other videos up here if you want to watch those. And with that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.